Hey everyone, AC Fire here, and I'm doing a review for chapter 116 of Black Clover. So in this chapter, we learn about Mimosa's, I don't know, whatever you call it, Mimosa's brother. His name is Kirsch. Apparently, he's this pompous and kind of egotistical guy who thinks he's beautiful and he's the most beautiful guy ever, person ever, and he looks down on commoners, as we can see with Asta. When he sees Asta, he calls him a commoner and filth and disgusting, and that only commoners do certain things that rich people don't need to do, and kind of gets on Mimosa's nerves because she likes Asta, and so he um, so basically, what happens is that she basically politely says that she hopes he wins so she can destroy him later on when they go against each other. And you know, everybody hates him, including his teammates, which include Magna and, well, not everybody, but his teammates definitely don't like him at first, with Magna and Soul being like, "Ew, get this gross guy away from us." Like, gross. Ugh, stop saying these words. And so then the battle begins with basically where it's what's it called? It's Kirsch's team versus another team, and at first Magna and Soul don't do too well, and because of this, Kirsch actually critiques them and talks about beauty again, and also talks about like how they can they should have done to show off their powers, or like use their magic abilities. And so he critiques them, and then eventually, right before the other team destroys or yeah, gets to their crystal and destroys it, um, Kirsch basically uses his magic abilities and covers the whole arena with cherry blossoms, cherry blossoms, and so which causes the other team to lose sight of the crystal, and and also he controls the cherry blossoms, so Magna and Soul have a way to attack the, like, straight up, like he shows them exactly where the crystal is at, and basically makes it like a target that they have to do is basically hit, and so they do that and end up winning, and this impresses them. It impresses everybody, including Magna, especially Magna and Soul, who even though they don't like his attitude and stuff, they're so impressed by his abilities that they kind of let it go and say that they kind of um, I guess appreciate him, and kind of, yeah, which is weird because at first they're like they didn't like him because of what he said, but I guess now because he shows that he actually does have power instead of being just another egotistical, pretentious guy who is easily defeated. He's actually strong, or at least has good abilities. And Mimosa and Aster are kind of like do agree that he's good, and then Asta worries about if they're gonna be able to defeat his team. And what else happens? Uh, yeah, they're all impressed, and I think that's all. So that's all that happens. I like the chapter. He's Kirsch is definitely an interesting character in the sense that, like, he actually has power instead of just being another, like, guy who just says that he's cool and rich and stuff, and then ends up just being destroyed by a person who's a commoner, I guess. So, or what he calls a commoner. So I guess at least he proves himself worthy of. I'm not saying of being egotistical or of saying these things that are kind of screwed up to Asta, but he definitely proves that he does have power. So it's gonna be interesting to see when Asta's team goes up against him. And I know they have but they also have their own, like the masked guy. Was is, I forgot his name, but they also have him. So maybe that's gonna be an interesting fight whenever that happens. But I was impressed by Kirsch again. Not just some rich guy who doesn't end up delivering. Actually, is interesting, and hopefully next chapter is very interesting as well. And I would give this chapter an 8 out of 10. Like nothing too big happened, but hey, at least the guy, this the rich guy ends up actually being powerful, which is cool. Or at least he's good at using his abilities, and actually is a good leader even. So that's awesome. And hopefully when he fights against his sister's team, they there's a big cool fight, you know. So I think that's all for this chapter. Again, I liked it, interesting, and hopefully we see more of Kirsch's ability and see how he fights against his sister. And that's all for this review. See you later. Peace out. This has been AC Fire. Bye.